What's up, guys? I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. It was from the Busker app, so make sure to download that. It's right next to me here. Follow your boy KevOnStage. I'll be doing these Busker app live broadcasts on the weekends. All right, Saturday and Sunday. Come rock with your boy. All right, peace. For any of y'all who didn't get it, the person shall remain nameless. Here it goes. I'm in desperate need of advice. My name is Mary. I'm 23 years old, and I find myself in a situation that I thought I'd never be in. I'm falling for my coworker, who happens to be married with 5 children. Okay, let me stop there. Ooh, well, you said your name. Hopefully your name is a pseudonym. Okay, listen. You're 23 years old and you find yourself in a situation you never thought you'd be in. Falling for a married coworker. Falling for a coworker, okay? Falling for a coworker, I'm not mad at you, okay? It happens to people, all right? You're young, you're 23, who happens to be married with 5 children. Okay, Mary, listen to your boy. Leave that man alone. Okay, leave that man alone. That man got 5 kids. If he's married, here's the problem, right? I always say it's up to the people in the marriage to respect the sanctity of marriage. But where is the code amongst us? Okay, if he's married, you got to be like, dang, if he wasn't. You got to be like how most of us look at celebrities. Like, man, if I had a chance with Beyonce, whew, but you know you don't. So you just go live your life. I can't go be like we can't go try to physically or really go get Beyonce. He's married. That means that part of the game is over. This man got 5 kids. 5 kids. You 23, you want to go from no kid to 5 kids? I don't know how you respond to other people with Storm Cloud. Maybe, I actually don't know. You don't want to go from no kids to 5. You don't want to do it. You 23, you'd have to start having kids at 11. Okay? If he was single with 5 kids, here's the thing. If you didn't know he's married and you fall for him, you find out he's married, you got to be like, all right, I'm out. That's what you got to say. I'm out. Okay? Let's keep going. Now, please don't judge me. Now, listen, you Mary, listen to me. You can't tell me that you're falling for a man with 5 kids who's married and tell me not to judge you. Okay? Because what if I think, and now I got a wife. She got 2 kids. Somebody's writing this email to somebody else. Carlos is writing this email. Yo, I am falling for Melissa. She is married with 2 children. Please don't judge me. Yeah, I'm judging you, Carlos. I'm judging you. You can't do something and then say don't judge me, but it's a judgeable offense. I'm not judging you, but I think a certain way. Not because if you find yourself attracted to a married person, that's one thing. Falling for the married person, that's the other thing. That means you're fully engaging in the attraction. Okay? If you say, man, he's married, he's good looking, but I'm on my email. I'm here. That's one thing. But falling for them means that you are fully engaging in the initial attraction. That part you have control over. You got to stop those feelings. I mean, maybe you can't stop the feeling, but you got to stop the actions. Huh? Yes. Sharon, leave married people alone. All right. Let's keep going. I didn't know he was married initially. Okay. Give you the benefit of the doubt. We are in the same apartment at work and have been flirting, talking, getting closer to one another. I was gossiping with a buddy of mine who is a coworker about my interest in him, and she offered to facilitate bringing us together as he confides in her. I nervously agree. See, here's his problem. He shouldn't have been flirting. Okay, I'm not going to blame it 100% on you. I'm going to get to him in a second. He shouldn't have been flirting if he was married. Okay? Now, I'm a nice guy. I say hello to female co-workers. I'll give them a hug. Hello, what's up? Hey, how you doing? All right, you been good? Cool. Okay? But I don't think anybody will ever accuse me of flirting with them. Okay? I'm a nice guy. Smile and wave, just like Madagascar. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. But I will never be, ever will people say that I am flirting with them and be telling the truth. So that's his fault. He should not be flirting. Zach, shut up. Where were we? All right, I nervously agreed, but then she dropped the marriage bomb on me, to which I then declined her help. She tried to reassure me by saying he's married, but it doesn't matter. I'll let him explain. What you mean it doesn't matter? What you mean? It doesn't matter. He's married, but it doesn't matter. What's a little... It does matter. Here's what I always think. If you go get with a married man, and he's married, you know he's married, and then you be like, oh, I'm going to be with you. Then what's the best case scenario? You get married to him and you think he's already shown you that he's open to flirting and potentially sexing other people, even though he's married. So isn't there a fear that that might then happen to you? That's how you got in. If you got in, you left the door open. You left the door open. Come on, man. He done showed you that he don't respect his own vows. So why would he respect the vows now that you are the person? Huh? But I digress. Now I keep losing my pace. Her saying that made me feel a little better and made me think that maybe there were infidelities and they were separated, headed towards divorce, which made me feel not so guilty if the marriage was already ending. Okay, now there's a marriage that's already ending. There's separation, and then there's divorce. For safety, for clarity of mind and focus, and for respect, divorce only. Don't let him talk, it's almost over. You know, she tripping, she cheated on me. No. Let me see your paperwork. Okay, I've been watching Underground. I want you to show me your paperwork like on some slave stuff. Let me see your paperwork. I want to see your freedom papers. In this case, his divorce papers are the freedom papers. All right? Let me see your paperwork that shows me that you're free to date me. Because if you ain't got the paperwork signed with the master seal, then we can't do nothing. We can't date. So I don't want to see separated, living together. None of that. You're either married or you're divorced. You're married or you're divorced. If you're not divorced, you're married. If you're not married, you're divorced. Let me see your freedom papers. You want to date me and you used to be married? Where's your paperwork? Filed, signed, sealed, delivered. Okay? Fast forward a couple weeks after that, we finally talked about the obvious attraction. He asked if I knew he was married. He then proceeded to tell me about his situation, and it's not as clear cut as I had hoped. Turns out his wife had a stroke almost a year ago, just days after having their youngest child. I know, horrible. He then went on to explain how awkward and how it feels forced, as if his wife never returned to her former self. This guy sounds like a terrible, terrible person. I would rather him just cheat on you and his wife be fine. His wife had a stroke, having his child, and she hasn't returned to her former self, and it's awkward. I imagine it might be a little awkward if she had a doggone stroke. What? 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 What a terrible thing. His wife had a stroke and now he's like, it kind of feels awkward to be with her. She had a stroke, bruh. What the heck? You gotta help her. Kind of feels forced. This guy sounds... Mary, listen to me. This guy is terrible. Listen, if my wife, God forbid, anything happened to her, I would hope that I would just have the wherewithal to just be like, this is my wife, I love. Like, how much do you really love her is if she has some physical ailment and the first thing you go do is start cheating on her. Like, oh, shoot, this is not easy. She had 5 kids for you, the last of which caused a stroke, and now it feels awkward? Come on. He sounds like a terrible person. That's just the rudest thing. Feels forced, as if his wife never returned to her former self. He said he's been in a haze ever since the unfortunate event. We exchanged numbers that night and have been communicating on and off. We still see each other at work. Listen, that's a red flag for you, Mary. You can't be going full force ahead when you know all these things. He done said he's married. He said he has 5 kids. He said his wife had a stroke. And you still engaging in this nonsense? What? No. No, you can't. You gotta go. You gotta be like, you know what? You're bad news. Let me go. Because all the energy you're spending on him is wasted energy on somebody that's worth it. This guy's not worth it. I can't sugarcoat it for you, Mary. I wish I'm usually trying to find the silver lining and the niceties and all this. But I'm reading this from a married man point of view. I don't want to have a stroke and somebody laid up with my wife like, you know what I'm saying? You just got to understand. You know what I'm saying? It's cool that he had a stroke, but I'm fully strong. Okay. KevOnStage is now stroke on stage. He ain't got his full strength. I don't want to be with him. What you gonna do? You coming with me or you coming with him? Okay, come on. No, you stay with stroke on stage, Melissa. Because stroke is on stage. Different kind of stroke. Huh? Hear me what I said? Where are we at? Oh, we embrace and have kids, but nothing more. Nothing more? You kissed a married man. That's something. That's something right there. What you mean nothing more? You kissed a married man. That is, let's not brush past that, huh? Mary, let's not brush past you kissed a married man. Nothing more. No, that's somebody else's kiss. That's somebody else's lips. Lips. Them is his lips. Her lips. That is something. We have yet to spend time with one another outside of work. As the time we agreed to, he made up an excuse to reschedule because he was overcome with guilt. Good. He needs to be overcome with guilt. I'm glad that he has a conscience because I would question if he jumps headfirst into this. Mary, no, he doesn't have a conscience. No, remember when you said his wife had a stroke? He doesn't have a conscience. No, he's not feeling guilty. Not guilty enough. I'm glad that I wish I could do something to make him feel less afraid. Mary, stop. What are you talking about? You don't need to do nothing to make him feel less. He needs to go back to his wife. I know you're shaking your head at me right now, especially Liz. Liz has not read this. Okay? Be glad. They have been together 15 years, and I know how dared I think today I can disband a marriage, but I'm not necessarily thinking this way. He's 37, which is relatively young. That's 3 away from 40. This is why I feel like he should really think on this. He expressed to me how much he is interested in me and starting something and how good it would be, but says he would eventually have to choose a path, and with that, someone's feelings will be hurt. I'm glad that he cares so much about his family and hurting me, but I just can't shake my desire to be with him, even if I do end up heartbroken. Listen, Mary. You have to. You got to do this for yourself and for your future self. You don't want to start off like this. You don't want to start. Why do you have to have a married man with 5 kids when you can have a single man with no kids and you build the whole thing on your own? You deserve more, Mary. You deserve more. You don't deserve just this. You don't deserve this. You don't. You deserve more. Don't play with it. Don't be dishonest. He's pushing everyone's needs and feelings above his own, which comes with being a father, but he should also consider himself. Mary, no, you have this all wrong. You have this all wrong. His needs above everybody else is him saying, I can't be with you. I've got to go home and take care of my wife who had a stroke. He got you twisted. Yes, skinny Becca. Hey, Becca, that's my cousin. She needs to consider herself. This man is bad news. He's not putting no one's feelings above his own. He is only thinking of his feelings. That's an obligation. If you have a wife, in the vows, it says, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. You're welcome, Thomas. Not like only if your wife don't have a stroke, then you can go out and get some new booty. No, no. I told my wife, one of the reasons I married her is because I knew even if she got in a car accident or was in a fire in a wheelchair and burned all up, I would still love her. And I know that she wouldn't leave me if these boyish good looks faded away. Because man boobs are in. Y'all, man boobs are, look at that. A cup. You think she's going leaving me for Michael B. Jordan? Just because I put on 8 pounds after I lost 10, so I'm only -2? You think she's leaving me? No, she's stuck. She's stuck. I don't have a good body. She is stuck. Look at this. I need a lineup. I'm not sexy. That's her fault. She had the opportunity to get a man with abs and she chose me. I have never had a good body. And she is stuck with my half workout and then go eat ribs attitude about life. I just had a corn muffin. It was good too. All right, I know this isn't the way he wants to live his life, and why should he? Why should he for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years virtually alone? Because he made a vow, and that should mean something. That's why should he? Because he said, I want to marry you. I want to be there for you. I got to raise these kids in this family. That's why he should, not virtually alone. That's, bruh. What? You don't only get it on the good days? He can't be alone with 5 kids. You're absolutely right. I love you, Irie. I probably sound so self-centered, but I'm just being honest. I do appreciate you being honest about your feelings, and that's why I felt the need to be honest with you. You do sound self-centered. You are being, and yes. Do you feel like he's a horrible person? Yes. Yes, I do. I absolutely feel like he's a horrible person. Without a shadow of a doubt, he is an awful human being. He is awful. Do I feel like you're a horrible person? I feel like you're making some poor decisions and you're wasting your energy in places that does not belong. I think you respect the sanctity of marriage and you should go with those feelings and leave this man alone. I don't fault people for thinking the way they think. I do fault people for acting on bad thoughts. Just like we're all tempted, but it's not a sin until you engage in the act. If you like them and you just got to deal with that and you don't never let them know, you don't never flirt, respect that. But when you start falling for him, making plans, kissing, embracing, yes, you are engaging and you are at fault too now. Okay? Yes. I wish I could shake these seems for him, but they just seem to grow with every encounter. Please don't call me a homewrecker. Only because you asked. Only because you asked. But listen, you ain't a home fixer. You ain't a home respecter. I'm not going to call you a home wrecker, but what can I say? These feelings seem to grow with every encounter because you keep having these encounters. That's why. If you stop having the encounters, the feelings will subside. But you keep putting energy into it, it's going to keep growing. Find you a single man or be lonely and watch Netflix, drink wine, and cry like millions of other respectable Americans who don't have nobody. I respect a single woman who's out here taking shots of tequila on a Saturday night and watching Telemundo more than a woman who engages with a married man. Respectable loneliness over unfair relationships. Now, he's a homewrecker. Shoot. All right? All right. God bless you. God keep you. We will see you at the conference. How do I turn this off?